is Thursday, October 30th, and today was not a good day. Today reconfirmed one of my rules, which is one, don't trade while sick, because I decided after the last time I traded, which I think was Monday or Tuesday, I think I took yesterday off because I was feeling even worse. But then today I was still feeling a bit sick, but better. But one of my rules is do not trade while sick. It's just not a good time because I feel like you're just not 100% mentally there when you're sick, even if you're still just getting over a cold and you think you're better. Not the case at all. So this morning, because normally I trade between London and New York session. That's just my favorite time to trade. It works with my schedule, with my business, and I've just learned how to trade during that time and a little bit of Asian. So when I first woke up on the 3-minute, I noticed that the EMA was kind of flat. And so I was like, probably don't want to trade this. So I basically made a range. If you're, think of it as like orb, so open range breakout, but this wasn't open or an opening range. It was just a general range. I was waiting for the breakout of that range. I drew it out, and this is what happened. This first part was just stupid, honestly, in my opinion. So it broke out. I like to wait for a retest most of the time, unless I see confluences that tell me otherwise, that I don't need to wait for a retest. But I was waiting for a retest, so this broke through. And I like to draw out where the first candle breaks out and basically kind of play around with that. But I was kind of hoping, and I can use my drawing tool, I was kind of hoping once this candle broke through, it would then break or go back under and then break through from the range that I drew. So during this time, I went to the bathroom, which was a mistake, and I completely missed this whole move. I was so mad, because I think this ended up being a 263 tick or a 26 point move, and I was Now, typically, I don't like to trade New York. That's just not my vibe. But since I was off today, and this is where you shouldn't trade while you're sick or you're just feeling mentally off or sad or depressed, because then it leads to emotional trading and you're not thinking clearly, and the markets don't give an F about your feelings at all. But I was being stubborn because I've only made like $300, I think, so far this week on one account, because I only did micros. I didn't even trade my other accounts, and I think I traded like one eval, which made like $1,000, which I was like, that's not good for me. And I'm wanting to, end this month with a bang, essentially. So I ignored my feelings and kept going. And so I marked out on the 3-minute this trend line and this trend line. Now, since it was above the EMA, I was looking for buys. And based off of everything, technically, strategy was correct. It broke through, waited for a retest. I would say one thing going back, that I maybe should have been a little hesitant, that the ATR was dropping a little bit, but it's fine. So got in. I was hoping for a 1-to-4. I think originally I had it to 1-to-3 ratio, but 30 tick stop loss, and originally I think 90 tick profit. I instantly got stopped out. And then I drew out this line, and to be honest, I don't even have my notes. I didn't even properly journal. That's how bad mentally I was today. Which is another thing. Do not trade while sick, because I feel like knowing myself, when I'm sick, I tend to emotionally trade more and revenge trade more because I'm just not thinking straight. You know what I mean? So essentially, I took this next trade thinking that this was going to be like another breakout, and I don't know why I did, though, because it did not make any sense. But I drew it and went for it. Now, this next part technically wasn't really my fault. I mean, I got it. It was my fault. The next part was not my fault. Roughly around, I think, somewhere around here. I can't quite remember. But my internet went out and I had to scramble to create a hotspot on my phone to reconnect my computer and see where I was in the trade. And I think by the time I had reconnected everything, I think I was right here at this point. So normally I think I should have only been down like 30 ticks or like $300. I was down $500, which is almost double more than what I'm willing to risk per trade. So I instantly got out, closed the charts, and then I called it a day. So I was down roughly $800. And here's the thing. This is how I know it was really bad. Sorry, still having a little bit of cough. This is how I know it was bad. But I feel like this was my saving grace for today. I was so sick and still not mentally all there. I didn't even properly set up my copy trader. So I was here for a moment thinking I had lost. Because like on my 150Ks account, I always triple what my 50Ks are doing. And I was over here thinking of like, did I just lose like almost $3,000 today on my 150s a pop? Thankfully, no. Because I didn't even properly set up my copy traders. So I only ended up losing $800 in the day. So we're technically down now $500 on the week. Which, I mean, for being sick and how many days I've traded, which I think is only 2 this week, not bad. But yeah, after this, called it quits. We're done. No more. I'm probably going to trade Asian session, which for me is about to start soon. But I just wanted to quickly film this and get this out for you guys. And yeah. So, lesson today, don't trade sick, don't emotionally trade, the markets don't care about your feelings, don't revenge trade. No one wins. No. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If I'm feeling better tomorrow, I might trade, but I might actually call it good for the rest of the week, maybe, who knows, we'll see. And from that, if I don't trade, and I won't talk to you guys tomorrow, hope you have a great rest of your week. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Or morning, I guess, depending on when you're watching this. Anyway, bye-bye!